see, we have read many books like 10 Important Steps to Success, and we have read Gita, where it have many chapters. We heard satsang in TV, where many gurus came and gave different preachings. So at the fag end, sometimes we forget those things, sometimes we get confused. So, and you have been into spirituality for so many years. So I want to know one rule, one basic rule, which we all should follow in life, so that we grow spiritually, materialistic, and be successful. One rule we want.
So, the formula. Now you said many gurus came and they gave many teachings and you forgot. If you can forget, it's not worth remembering anyway. If something has touched you really deeply, if something has gone deep into you and capable of transforming your life, there is no question of forgetting or remembering, it's just a part of you. Now, you read Gita also. And you know the teaching is being given to somebody who is a total failure. Arjuna is a big flop in his life, isn't it? No? You don't think so? I know Arjuna words are giving for people who are successful, but in his life he's a big flop, isn't it so? He lost his kingdom, he lost his wife, he lost his property, he lost everything that was meaningful to him. Isn't he a big flop? Only thing is he won the war in the end. But otherwise his life is a huge flop, isn't it so? Would you want your life to be like Arjuna's life? I'm asking you. No, isn't it? So, the teaching is being given to somebody who's been a huge flop in his life and is yet to win the war at the time of the teaching. The only feather in his cap is he won the war. But when the teaching is given, he's yet to win the war, isn't it? The past of his life has been an absolute failure. Everything that should not happen to a man has happened to him, isn't it? So you read the Gita. You need to understand, if some element of Gita has to enter you, you must be Krishna himself, otherwise you can't get it. Intellectually you reading Gita and trying to interpret it is just big nonsense. I know it's happening full scale everywhere. You cannot interpret truth, you can only experience truth. You cannot understand truth, you can only dissolve into it. It's not something that you grasp, it is something that you merge with. So, Gita is not to be read and understood. Zen, you said. You're using these words very casually. I think if you know something about Zen, I think they've made it very clear, it's not something that you can understand or interpret or do anything with. You become that, that's all. You can become Zen, you can become Gita, but you cannot understand Gita or Zen. You cannot learn Zen or Gita, no. So what you need is a method, not a slogan. Right now you're asking for a slogan, you know. If life could be fit into your slogan, I would commit suicide. It's not worth living, isn't it? This life is too exuberant and too multidimensional. You cannot fit into any kind of teaching or slogan. But you can have a method with which you can arrive there. So what you need is a method. You don't need one more teaching, one more slogan, one more something. You must understand, Isha Yoga is not a teaching. If you have been there totally alert, you will see it is not a teaching. There is no teaching involved at any point in those 8 days that you've gone through. It is just a method. If you employ it as a method, it'll deliver you somewhere. If you take it as a teaching, you got some more garbage in your head. So, what's the new teaching that I'm going to give? I have no teaching at all. If you're willing, then I can deliver you somewhere where you have not imagined. I can deliver you into a space and a situation within yourself that you have never imagined possible in human life. Teaching, I don't have any teaching because I am an uneducated guru, you know. When you use the word Sadguru, what it means is, he's an uneducated guru. He doesn't know the scriptures, he doesn't know the Vedas, he doesn't know the Upanishads, he knows nothing. The only thing that I know is myself, and that's more than enough. That's much more than any scripture can say, because this is creation, isn't it? If you want to know anything about creation or creator, this is the only place where you should look. All the books, it doesn't matter what antiquity it belongs to. The older it is, the more it's possible that many people like you have meddled with it. Isn't it so? Scholars have meddled with it, isn't it? Even Gita was not written by Krishna, obviously. He spoke in the battlefield. Arjuna did not have a tape recorder. Then who wrote it? Somebody else wrote it. And how many misinterpretations he has, you don't know. You do one thing. This 8-day program, many of you were trying to take down notes, they must have been gone on telling you, no notes taking, no notes taking. Did they do? Yes. Because if you allow them to write, 100 people, if they record the 8-day program, you'll have 100 different versions of what it is. So if this is so, something that was said 5,000 years ago, you can imagine how many distortions could have happened. With just one word, you can change the whole context of what's being said, isn't it? Anyway, whether they have distorted it or not, human beings are capable of distortion. Do you understand that much? If you see something today with your own eyes and tell your neighbor, he goes and tells somebody else, he goes and tells somebody else. If it goes through 25 people in 24 hours and comes back to you, can you recognize that story? It's very obvious, human beings are capable of enormous distortion, isn't it? So when something has come for thousands of years, you can imagine how much could have happened to it on the way. You know, your textbooks are being distorted every time an election happens. The history, not history from prehistoric times, history from 50 years ago is being constantly distorted, then you don't know what exactly happened 50 years ago, right now, isn't it? So when this is the condition, 5,000 years ago what happened? Who knows? Now, these books were written by people who are capable of enormous distortion. But this book was written by the Creator himself, isn't it? This cannot be wrong. Now, we are just teaching you a method with which you can read this book. In this, there is no mistake. In this, there is no distortion, because this is written by the Creator himself. There cannot be any misinterpretations. You just have to learn how to read this. So don't go for slogans. Slogan shouting public are always the most idiotic of the lot, isn't it? Isn't it so? With slogans, people will gain confidence. There are various kinds of slogans. When you want to move people, you coin the right kind of slogan, you can move people to do things. But always the slogan shouting public are the most stupid and idiotic, isn't it? No, you don't think so? Yes or no? You can move them to do something, but anybody can move them to do anything. So, one more slogan. In the name of religion, we have coined slogans. In the name of social change, we have coined slogans. In the name of revolutions, we have coined slogans. We have moved people to do things, and most of the time when people moved in a mass, they created such terrible things. Never intelligent action happens out of slogan shouting, isn't it? Isn't it so? Mass action happens, generally it's horrible action. Intelligent action does not happen. So don't get into one more slogan. I want to take away all your slogans, these quick fix solutions that you have for life, just tell us one which will also enlighten me and make me rich. I know you read those kind of books, How to Become a Millionaire. Millions of copies of these books have been sold, but how many millionaires? The author became a millionaire. That's all that happened. Now, the only thing that you can do with the material world is enhance your capabilities, isn't it? You become successful not because you desire success. Everybody desires success. You become successful because you're capable in a certain way. So your business is not to seek success. Your business is to constantly expand your capabilities. If your capabilities are enhanced, what has to happen out of you will anyway happen, isn't it? You don't enhance your capabilities, but you want success, you will die as a frustrated man. There's no question about that. So, becoming a millionaire and enlightenment in the same shot, that's like people are always trying to make deals like this. Anywhere, if you say 50% discount, people will go and buy so many things that don't mean a damn thing to them, just because it's a 50% discount. 100% discount, then you would bring too much junk into your house. It happened one day. There were two friends, Ramu and Somu. Ramu is always a discount hunter, always looking in the magazines and newspapers, in the market, what's on discount, what's on discount. There are lots of people. Anything on discount they will buy, it doesn't matter whether they need it or they don't need it. So one day Ramu came in great excitement and he told Somu, here, there is an opportunity of your life. The local circus, there is a circus in the town, they want to give away one elephant. And it's just 5,000 rupees. Somu said, what nonsense! Why would I need an elephant? I don't want an elephant. But it's only 5,000 rupees, an elephant, a full-grown elephant. You just buy it. You can't get a deal like this anywhere. I said, what do you mean? How am I going to feed an elephant? No, I don't want an elephant. I'm telling you, this is the best deal you can get. Actually, I know the man, I can get it for you for 4,000 rupees. You just take it. He said, I'm living in a one-room apartment, where will I take the elephant? He said, really, see, if you really want it, I can talk him into this. For 5,000, I'll get you 2 elephants. Now Somu said, now you're talking. Where to take the 2 elephants? But it doesn't matter, it's available on discount, So don't go for everything on discount. It's very important that whether it's with your material life or other aspects, first of all, it's not right to put this divide between what is called as material and what's spiritual. There's no such thing. Can you separate yourself and your body? Can you send your body to your office and your whatever, yourself to the yoga? Can you? No. Then why are you putting the division? They're going together, isn't it? What you call as myself and what you call as my body are always going together to everything, isn't it? Whether you go to the restaurant or party or meditation or temple or toilet, you have to go with both, isn't it so? So it goes together. Never make the division. The moment you make the division, always you're in conflict. There is no division. Division has been invented by ignorant people. This has to go together.
When you say that yourself and your body have to go together, that is clear to me. But like mind goes somewhere else. Mind doesn't go with you all the time. You are sitting here, but mind can be elsewhere. So that can be separate at times it can be with you. So this is my first question, and after you
Let's
answer
go
me,
one at a time. Now, your mind also doesn't go anywhere. It is here thinking about something. Does it go somewhere? Your mind doesn't go anywhere. It is here and thinking about something else, but still it is here, isn't it? Neither your body goes somewhere, nor your mind goes somewhere, nor you go somewhere. They're always one composite whole. If you want to do anything, you have to do something that works for all of them. You can't handle this separately, that one separately, and this one separately. They're always together, isn't it? Your mind doesn't go anywhere. Did you lose it? It is just that you're being deceived by the imagination of your mind. It is sitting here and imagining something. It is not going anywhere, but you are so identified and lost that you think the mind is going somewhere. Mind doesn't travel anywhere, it's very much here, isn't it? You need to understand this. Why your mind is going on with uncontrollable, endless thought is, you're identified with things that you are not. The moment you get identified with something that you are not, then mind is non-stop activity. You're identified with too many things and you're trying to stop your mind. I'm telling you, if you try for 1,000,000 years, it's not going to happen. It cannot happen. If you take away your wrong identifications, then you will see this moment, mind will be just like a mirror, not saying anything, just reflecting everything. That's how mind should be. Your mind as a mechanism works best only when there is clarity in it, isn't it? Isn't it so? Your mind is not here to think up all kinds of fancy things. That's a distraction in life. Your mind is here to give you clarity and penetration into life. But right now, mind is just a huge ball of confusion, simply because you got identified with so many things that you're not, and now you're trying to hold it back. There is no way to hold it back. You ate very bad food, now there's gas in the stomach. You can't hold it. You eaten bad food, the consequence is there. You got wrongly identified with too many things, now this is going on endlessly. You cannot stop it, it doesn't matter what you do. You think of God, God himself will go to take you to many places. Now you're sitting here and you're trying to meditate, but you're thinking of your bar or restaurant or friend or cinema or something. Now people told you, think about God, everything will be okay. If you think about Rama or Krishna, then you will find you will go to cinema with Rama. That's the nature of the mind. Rama himself will take you to the bar, Rama himself will take you to the restaurant. You can't stop it because you gotten yourself identified with things that you're not. No way to stop it. So what's being done here is not about controlling your mind, to bring an awareness as to what you are not. Right now, to start with, the most fundamental identity is your body. You're identified with your body, the clothes that you wear, your hairstyle, your goatee also, aren't you? very much identified, isn't it? Your wife, your children, your family, your education, your religion, endless number of identifications. With all these identities, you want a quiet mind? There's no such thing. That's why we gave you a simple device called Shunya, where you create a little distance from the mind. Once distance happens, even if it's a noisy mind, still it doesn't matter. Disengaging from the mind. Once you're disengaged from the mind, you're disengaged from all identity, because it's the mind which manufactures identifications, isn't it? So, don't think of all kinds of things, just employ the device. Things will happen. Things that you have not imagined will happen.
So how to handle expectations in daily life?
Whose expectations? Yours or others?
Ours.
Huh?
Yes.
Your expectation. What is your expectation? Your expectations are not about you. Your expectations are all socially cultured, isn't it? Yes? Do you see they keep changing constantly? Do you see your expectations keep changing constantly by the year or even faster these days? So if your expectations are constantly changing, what it means is you don't even know what you want. When you don't know what you want should not happen, isn't it so? Isn't it so? If you know what you want should happen to you. When you do not know what you want, if it doesn't happen, you're better off. So, your expectations are simply generally a reaction to the social situations in which you're living. You're expecting to become this way or that way because somebody else has become this way or that way. And other people have expectations over you. Not only you have about your life, other people have. They have their investments on you, okay? You have to bear the necessary profit for them, otherwise they won't keep quiet. They have made their investments and they want their dividend. If it doesn't come, they will bother you in so many ways. So, these expectations among each other of what is expected of that person or this person or of yourself, these things are coming from a social arrangement. You have to fulfill them to some extent, yes, but that should not become the basis of directing your life in a particular way, no. If you go by people's expectations are always concerned with what is already there, isn't it? The existing realities. From that they're expecting something else. If you're truly intelligent, you should not be doing what people expect. You should be just doing what is best for yourself and everybody around you. At the cost of being unpopular, it's okay. You know, we are hugely unpopular.